edition of ESPN FC Live. Very special edition. A little later on, we will be talking about the Premier League title race. But first, we have special guest Mark Consuelos with us. We are delighted to have you with us, Mark. Now, obviously, we all know you from being a co-host with Live with Kelly and Mark with your lovely wife, Kelly. We also know you're a long-time actor. You're a dad. It's not like you've got a lot on your plate. And then you go get involved in a struggling Italian football team. Tell us more about Campobasso and why you got involved.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's a big thrill. Got involved with this team a couple of years ago. We got relegated to the 5th division in Italian soccer. We had to start from the 5th division. We didn't have a team. We didn't have a coach. We didn't have a sporting director. And we had about 10 days to go before the season started. And Matt Rosetta, who leads our group, said I think it's a great opportunity to give the people of Campobasso something that they've had for, over 100 years. And we need to save this team because if we don't do it, nobody will. And we got promoted last year, and now we're in a title race. We're 2 points ahead with 2 games left, hoping for promotion to Serie C, which would be the 3rd division of Italian soccer. I got to tell you, it's been a huge thrill for me.
It's been amazing as well. When I actually look at Serie D, it's like a minefield. There's so many teams to even get to where you have and everything you've done. What's the work been like that you've had to put in to even get there?
You hit it on the head. It's really, there's 7 girone, which are like 7 leagues within Serie D, and only the winner of each division goes up to Serie C. So usually in other divisions, the top 2, the top 3, they go up. The top 2 or bottom 3, come down. Just one team from this 18-team bracket, spread. 7 of those gets put up. But the most interesting thing about this league in Serie D is that you have to play with 4 under-20 players at all times. So if you sub out an under 20, you got to put in another under 20. So 4 of the 11 players have to be under the age of 20 years or younger.
Wow, I bet that comes with its complications, but I like
very
that as well.
Complicated. Yep.
Yeah, it's nice because obviously you're getting those youth players in there. Now, I've got an Italian husband. He's a big Italian football fan, myself included. And I was told when I was going to be talking about Campobasso that I needed to tell you Molise non esiste, something that you guys have taken on, right? And something that was initially a bit of an insult, but you guys have embraced.
Yeah, Molise non esiste is the region of where Campobasso is the Molise it's called Molise. And I lived in Italy as a kid growing up. I never really knew about it. Maybe this is why. Molise non esiste, but they also resist. So I think they like. In years past, they liked kind of being off to the side a little bit, not really having the big bustling tourism centers. They kind of enjoyed that, but our goal is to make them kind of acclimate to being part of national news in Italy, which they have made, and hopefully some international news here in the United States. I think that if you follow an English Premier League, even a Serie A team or the Bundesliga or La Liga, you can always have a second favorite team, and so we're engaging everybody to make that their second favorite team, Campobasso, this little engine that could in the 4th division, and we are 2 weeks away from hopefully clinching and moving up to Serie C.
And that's incredible as well. And I hope that all our viewers today will take on Campobasso and they'll take them to heart as well. So Serie C, and then what's your ultimate goals? Are you looking to go up to B, Serie A in the end?
We have big plans. Our group has always thought big from the beginning, even though it seemed like the craziest idea to start a team without 10 days before the season started, and to where we are now. We've always had big plans, big ideas to give the people of Campobasso, the city, and more importantly, the whole region something to celebrate. And yeah, we have big plans, but let's just concentrate on getting out of D right now.
Okay, so listen, you said to me that you were growing up in Italy. You've got an Italian mother, right, and a Mexican father. So yeah. Soccer must run in your veins, obviously. Must be super passionate about it. Did you have a favorite team growing up?
I did. When I lived, I grew up in Italy, and until the age of 5, and my mom was a big Juventus fan. So I always had, Juventus stuff on my walls and my posters. But then when we moved to the United States, back in the mid 70s, 76, 77, you really couldn't, we had 3 channels, we only had 3 channels. And PBS had this program called Soccer Made in Germany. And so I would see international soccer weekly, but I fell in love with this team, Real Madrid, because they had a Mexican striker named Hugo Sanchez, number 9. And I wore number 9 growing up, no matter what position I played. They're like, I said, I want number 9. And that was my favorite, secondary team was Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah, I can get on board with that, don't you? Where I used to work for Real Madrid TV. Ugol, we like to call him.
Yes.
So let's get back to Campobasso then and talk a little bit about your involvement, because it's a lot more than just being involved from afar. You've been actually completely involved in this club. You've been dealing with the front office dealings as well. How's that been, and why is that important to you?
I've always had a business side of. I'm a creative. I'm an actor, and now I'm hosting a daily talk show, which I find creative as well. But I always had a business mind, and obviously a passion for football, calcio. But I never knew the intricacies of what it takes to run a club. And luckily, I have good partners that do that as well. I got to tell you, the transfer window, that was fun. Transfer window. We also 5 games into the season, we replaced the head coach and the sporting director. So we have literally rebuilt the team on the run as we were going, because obviously we didn't make some smart decisions to begin with. So we've had to literally rebuild the team and make them in the form that this coach that we currently have, Rosario Pergolizzi, who played with Maradona at Napoli. This is a guy that played with, I love talking to him because he tells me stories about that. But he's been in Serie A. He was a Serie A player. He's coached some great teams. He took Palermo into promotion. And our sporting director, Sergio. That was so much fun to see who was on the market, have to rebuild the team on the run, which is not ideal, by the way, and to see the fruits of their labor, helped with us making some good decisions with some good under-20s to be in the position we are now, 2 points ahead with 2 games left.
Oh, gosh, we are like this, crossing our fingers.
I got to tell you, my wife would walk into a room, and if I'm speaking Italian, she knows to turn around and leave. If I'm on the phone or on a conference call or on a Zoom, it's like I'm talking football.
But she'll know well as well that all you Italians, always talking very loudly on those phones as well. That's what it's like in my house.
Gesticulating, yeah.
Yeah, you can't not hear what's going on. You just said that about the transfer window, because this is really interesting to me. Are you trying to convince some of these players yourselves if maybe they're looking somewhere else as well? And how is that?
What was great is that our reputation from the year before of having pulled off promotion with 10 days left, and knowing that, that we were a serious club, and having American owners, I think maybe gave people some pause in the beginning, especially they might have been a little more suspicious to see what we were up to. But, we've won over the hearts and minds of the region and of the city for sure. And I think players that are looking to make a change were also interested in what we were doing, and they understood that we were serious about getting this team promoted. And so it's been a little bit easier to get not to have to try to convince people of how serious we are to do the right thing, and we're looking to get promoted.
Yeah, because I think that we see that as well. Obviously, American managers over in Europe still have a bit of a stigma attached to them. It's difficult because they still have a bit of a hard time. But with American owners now, they're getting a lot more respect. What is it you think that they're bringing, or why do you think that they are getting embraced the way they are now?
Well, in Italy, it's a little bit less than you would see in the English league and other leagues. So we saw an opportunity there, and I don't know. We have a lot of Italian Americans in our ownership group. We live, sleep, eat, calcio. We've made ourselves very accessible to the front office our partners there in Italy, with the boots on the ground. One of us is either there all the time or we kind of rotate. So I just got back from Italy. I was there this past weekend, which it was a clinch opportunity for us. We had to win. Aquila had to lose. We tied. They won. So we lost points. So I'm going back this weekend, not to be in the way or be a distraction to the team, but just know that the front office is very close and supports them in every way.
So how can we all follow you and support Campobasso more? What can we all do?
CBTV on YouTube. You can check us out, Campobasso TV. We have a big match at Chieti this weekend. I will be there. If we win and Aquila ties or loses, good things there'll be some celebrations this weekend. But we can't control what Aquila is going to do. We're just in control what we're going to do, and I know the boys are going to bounce back from tying at home. You know, usually we're unbeatable at home. Not that we lost, but a tie, you know, is we need to win. And I know that they're going to be focused and ready for la guerra, which means war in Italian. And I can't wait. So yeah, CBTV on YouTube.
Okay, we will do that, and we'll say a big in bocca al lupo as well. And we just wanted to say congratulations for the show that you're doing with your wife, Live with Kelly and Mark, because we've just seen the ratings, 2.7 million viewers per episode. The ratings are up, and we see the chemistry between you two. Who would have thought, hey?
Well, listen, I'm so grateful that the audience has embraced me to be part of the show. It's such an iconic show. Obviously, you know, Kelly, she makes everybody look good. So I'm very, very grateful that I'm working with someone as professional and, you know, my partner in life. It was a big gamble. We talked about it, like, you know, what could possibly go wrong? And it's gone so right. And I'm really grateful, again, like I said, how the audience at home has embraced me as part of the show.
Oh, well, it's great to watch, and we love seeing you two doing so well as well. And we wish the best for Campobasso. Thank you so much for being with us, Mark.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's so exciting. I'm such a big fan. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll speak to you soon.